Hi guys, I'm Olivia Morlok. I'm a senior this year, and for my Message in a Mile video, I'm just going to talk about some of my favorite running experiences and just what they taught me and how they helped me grow as a person. And I think the first most important thing is just the fact that our team is doing this during a time when some people are just down, giving up on their dreams and working hard for the future, that our team is still working together to inspire each other to stay positive and work hard during this time is really, really cool. And I think the coolest thing about our team is that just we're always positive and supporting each other. So while I'm still hoping I get to make a couple more running memories this spring, I'm now officially a CNXC alumni. And I think that the coolest thing about that is just the fact that people who were part of this team, whether it's now or in the past or even in the future, they don't just do their 4 years here and get out. They continue to stay involved and support the people on the team because they realize what a positive impact it had on their life, and they want to continue to encourage and support the next CNXC people to do the same. And I think the coolest example I've ever seen of that is, I think it was my freshman year, we had gotten the news that they were going to start charging the people to get into the sectional meet who weren't members of the state tournament team, so they were going to get on the bus and count and make those people pay. And some lady on the Facebook page, I'm sure she knew no one on this team now, probably ran 20 years ago, she was outraged by that because she realized that in order to be strong as a team, everyone needed to be there supporting. So she actually ended up sending Coach Weinheimer enough money to pay for everyone else to get in. So I think that just proves that the lasting impact this has doesn't just carry you through high school, it carries you through your whole life. I think one of the coolest running experiences I have was the sectional meet, and honestly during that time I didn't realize how cool it was what we were doing, but during the sectional we kind of had a plan going into it that we were going to pack it up and run as strong as we could together. But we were going to make sure we were going to pace together, look at our watches together, hit every split together, and I didn't realize then how cool that was, but all 7 of us were just leading the sectional meet together. And so I think that's a really good motivation for this time during these weeks when you're alone. It can become really easy to not want to run or just become unmotivated to run. But the fact is, when you wear the flying C, you're showing that we are stronger together. So during this time off, you need to continue to do your part so that when we run together, we run strong together and we pull each other along. And I think these videos are a great way to do that because we're pulling each other along to do the work so that when we get to run together, we're stronger than ever. This picture very clearly because it was at the same sectional meet, and this was about 100 meters out from the finish. And I was with Mac and Bree, and I just remember saying to them, let's make it hard to tell, because we all had a plan to work together, and in the end, it really didn't matter who came across that finish line first, because in the end, we were doing it for each other and for Columbus North. And so we just need to remember that when you cross the finish line, it doesn't matter how you did in that moment. In that moment, you are there for your teammates no matter how they did or how you did. You're there because you're with them, and that's the bigger goal. So I don't think it's a secret to anyone who's been part of this team, but Kennedy and I have been through a lot of running memories together, and we've grown super close through all the running experiences we got to share together. So I think that everyone's most memorable moment with Kennedy was when she broke 20 at the sectional meet, just because everyone knew how hard she had been working for that. And I know she talked about that in her video too. But I have a special place in my heart for that moment with her, because I remember I was talking to Ted for a little bit after the race, and he was asking me all these questions, but I saw in his hand that he had the paper with the results, and I had to stop, and I was like, wait, can I just see that for a second? Because that was all that was going through my mind was did Kennedy accomplish this big goal that she had had for all 4 years? Because our 4 years were very not the typical. We had 3 coaches, a lot of changes go through that time. And so it was so exciting for me to be able to deliver that message to her, because I knew how hard she had been working for that and how much she wanted it. And I think that everyone on the team was so excited for her that was just such an exciting environment to be a part of, because when I got to run over and tell her, everyone erupts in cheering, was just so excited, because in the end, your teammates care so much about how well you do that they were just so excited for her that we couldn't even control it. I think that the biggest lesson I learned my senior year is just the value of team and how to be a team player. I think that in my younger years, I thought that I obviously cared about the team and wanted them to do well, but I think that my senior year was a complete change of perspective on that. Every race, I fully went into it saying it doesn't matter how I do, I just needed to do my part for the team so we can accomplish our team goals. And I think that, like, you know, every race, if I saw like Mac or Bree or Lily like come around me and fly or by me around a corner, I was like, in my head, I was just saying like, perfect, that's exactly where we need them. Now what can I do from here to make sure I'm doing my part to help the team? So I was cleaning out my closet earlier this week and I found one of these slips of paper that coach used to give us before races. And I feel like this one applies really well to just like the uncertainty and unknown that we're going through during these couple weeks. And it says, the starting point of all achievement is desire. Keep this constantly in mind. Weak desires bring weak results, but even a small fire can create heat. So during this time, just keep making sure that you're keeping your small fire burning, even if your workouts might seem small or unneeded. They definitely keep that small fire burning so that when we get together and get to run again, we're gonna create huge heat and everyone will know what's coming. Go Bulldogs.